Steve Ashburner, NBA.com. You live and work in a state in which the majority of voters voted for the current president, many of whom probably had valid reasons beyond his Twitter account or his social graces. How do you reconcile having called that choice a mistake, that many of those people are also Cavaliers fans?
Well, I mean, that's a great question. At the end of the day, like I said, you can. I don't think a lot of people was educated, and I think that's one of the biggest problems that we have when it becomes vote time. That people are just not educated on either the individual or what's actually going on in the state of the world right now. Not like that particular state, but in the state of the world. I don't think a lot of people are educated, and they make choices and say things that's uneducated. And am I saying that the people of Ohio wasn't educated? Am I saying that some of the other states that voted for him was uneducated? They could have been, or they could not have been, but that doesn't mean that it was the right choice.
Hello, I'm Dr. Logic. I've noticed a few acute irregularities in LeBron James's frontal lobe region, or as I call it, the fake hairline area. LeBron James has stated that the reason people voted for Donald Trump in Ohio is because they lack knowledge on both the president himself as well as the world in general. Now, LeBron has been showing signs of know-it-allism and cases of everyone is stupid but me syndrome for quite some time now. Let's analyze, shall we? Let's not forget something very important off the get-go. LeBron James officially endorsed Hillary Clinton for president. And if that isn't enough, don't forget that LeBron left the Cavaliers to go play with the Miami Heat so he could win championships, only to return to Cleveland later. In the medical industry, we call that term selling out. Now, in all his infinite wisdom, has LeBron James used his platform to bring the people together? Or does he accuse the country of the very same racism and division that he attributes to Donald Trump?
Hi, LeBron. John Tellich, Fox 8. You've always been outspoken about social issues, and it seems that you're kind of in the middle of one. The incident at your home in Los Angeles, do you have any comment on that?
You know, race and what's going on comes again, and on my behalf and my family's behalf. But I mean, I look at it as this. I mean, if this is to shed a light and continue to keep the conversation going on my behalf, then I'm okay with it. But it just goes to show that that racism will always be a part of the world, a part of America, and you know, hate. You know, in America, especially for African American, is living every day. And even though that, you know, that it's concealed most of the time, even though people hide their faces and will say things about you, and when they see you, they smile in your face. It's alive every single day.
That is a very common symptom of know-it-allism. One experiences an act, in this case racism, and then the media, CNN, excuse me, the media pushes it over and over again to make it seem as though it is fact or common belief. This tends to happen with many issues such as racism, or for example, kneeling for the national anthem. The media says one thing, while the general public completely disagrees. In this case, in a 64-25 ratio. It's almost as if the media has an agenda.
Help some guys around me become very successful in business. And, you know, it just sucks that, now at this point, having one of the, biggest businesses that you can have, both on and off the floor, having a certified agent in Rich Paul, having a certified business partner in Maverick Carter, that's done so many great business, that the title for young African Americans is the word posse.
That was LeBron accusing legendary coach Phil Jackson of being a racist for referring to LeBron and his friends as a posse. Now, if you're unaware, Jackson is legendary because he coached the Los Angeles Lakers to 5 championships, as well as the Chicago Bulls to 6. Now, who are the stars on those teams? Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, and yes, of course, Michael Jordan. Would that not have to mean that Phil Jackson cares more about money and championships than he does about race? And if he was indeed racist, then would he have not chosen to coach the much whiter at the time Utah Jazz after leaving the Chicago Bulls? Or perhaps would he have avoided being a basketball coach altogether? That's like hating Chinese people for being Chinese, then going to manage a Chinese restaurant and keeping all the Chinese employees.
That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Oh, and by the way, Shaquille O'Neal, he doesn't agree with the kneeling either.
What do you think about that, Shaq? You heard Heather's last story.
I mean, to each his own. It's something I wouldn't do. You know, his comments were there injustices. There have always been injustices. You know, me personally, I would probably go about it a different way. You know, my question is, what happened last year? How come you didn't decide to do this last year or the year before that or the year before that? So I don't know, Colin, but again, to each his own. I don't really have a say on it, but I would never do that. My father was a military man, and, you know, he protected his country. Uncles are in law enforcement. You know, they go out and work hard every day. Just, you know, other ways to get your point across.
If you know somebody who is suffering from everybody is stupid but me syndrome, lend an ear, a hand, or a hug.
You want to hug it out?
No, not really.
Let's hug it out, bitch.
Reach out and remind them that CNN doesn't love you. Hillary Clinton does not, in fact, care about you. There are not that many KKK members or neo-Nazis in America, it turns out. And lastly, whether you're white, black, Latino, or Asian, people that pay to watch you shoot, catch, or hit a ball do not care about your politics before, during, or after the game that you play. So please, find a different way and place to express your non-sports opinion, but also, racism is stupid. And let's all not be racist together. Until next time, I'm Dr. Logic. Take care of yourselves and each other.
What's up? I'm coming straight out of Walk Time. I just want to say peace to Jerry Springer and all his crew. Yo, everybody love. Much love in the house. Peace. Springer, Springer, for finger, banana, for finger, B5 for finger, Springer.
Every chance you get, every moment you get, be sure to watch the Jerry Springer Show.
You're the king of talk show. No.
In 3, 2, 1.
You're the king of talk show host, Jerry. We love you.